So we boiled we took the corned beef, we put it in boiling water. We let it come back until it just came back up to a boil. That would be what I'm going to call blanching it, and it's very close to that. And once we hit that boiling point, we're going to call that blanched. So just hold tough, won't be much longer. I suspect about 60 seconds. So from the time we put about 5 pounds of corned beef in there, in boiling water, it took about 3 minutes. It's going to take about 3 minutes to come back up to boiling. So it's come back up to boiling now, and so we've got it blanched. We're just going to take off the corned beef, and I'm going to actually pat it dry, and then I'm going to put it in a roasting pan sitting on a bed of cabbage. I actually had too much for my pot the first time, so I'm going to take another one. So corned beef into the boiling water. So with it, all its seasoning that they put in it, just put that into there. And we've got it sitting after I dried them off. The two pieces are blanched. We put them in a pot with cabbage underneath them. And so we'll just wait about 3 minutes till this third one's done. There's a third one. It's now come up to boil. So again, we're going to take it out and we're going to pat it off, and we're going to put it in with its partners in this roasting pan sitting on some cabbage. There we are. They're sitting on the cabbage out of the boiling water. We're going to leave this boiling water for something else coming up. But for now, we're going to in this roasting pan, we're now going to layer on top some cabbage. So we've now layered on the cabbage on top of the corned beef. Now, actually, this isn't cabbage. You could eat this if you want, but that's not its purpose here. Its purpose here is to sort of keep in the moisture around the corned beef. It's almost like a cabbage roll, but they're just layered over. It isn't super sealed, but I've just covered the entire 3 pieces of corned beef that I've got here. If you wanted to, use a smaller pot and just a single piece of corned beef or something, just put some cabbage underneath it and cabbage on top. So we're going to put the top on. We're going to now put it in the oven, 350 for 2 hours. So as it's in the corned beef's in the oven, we're actually going to use this mixture, which was the corned beef. It's a lot of salt has come out of there, but moreover, a whole pile of flavor has come out of here. And so we're just going to let this cool right down. When we get closer, we're going to put in cut up potatoes and carrots into this mixture and let it actually boil in this mixture. Then we're going to take them out. We're just going to rinse it off. Now you can skim this off the top if you wish. Grandmother would actually just leave that on there, and she would, if she wanted it to make it look better after they were cooked, she would put them in a colander and or a strainer and put some water on, take off anything that was on the top. But all this is flavor, and that's what we're going to use for boiling our potatoes and our carrots and our cabbage that we're going to eat. So all those are going to go in there. We're going to put the potatoes in. We're going to boil them for about 40 minutes. Cut up at the same time carrots, and then the cabbage is going to go in with about 10 minutes to spare. So we're going to take some red potatoes, and if we were going to call them rustic, it would be more leaving the skins on and scrub them. I'm pretty sure both my grandmother Bolton and Kingsbury would call these poorly peeled potatoes. I'm going to call them semi-rustic. And they both laughed because they would call me a really, really, really good potato peeler. But I purposely done that, and we're not going to slice these up. If you want to do it quickly, you've seen my other videos, cube these all up, throw them in the microwave for 2 minutes, and it'll boil like in 1/4 of the time. But that's not going to be what we're doing here. We're going to take these potatoes, we're going to cut them in half. Maybe this great big one that's bigger than a hard ball. We may cut it in quarters, but we're going to put those actually fairly large, and we're going to put those into the pot boiling. And we're going to take our carrots, which I've washed, and we're going to put them in whole or cut in half. That's what we're going to do with that. And it's going to go into the water that we used to boil the corned beef, which is going to be this. We're just bringing it up to a boil, and we're going to put the potatoes and the carrots in same time. They will be about 30 to 40 minutes boiling. And so in about the last 10 minutes, we're going to throw in some cabbage. Going to bring out the corned beef that's been cooking for 2 hours, and slice that and put it on a big platter, and with the carrots and the potatoes in there. So it's going to be sort of the Irish St. Patrick's Day feast for the Kingsburys.